If you're a first-year USYD student studying either psychology or psychology honours, by the end of this video, you'll know which mandatory core units you need to take this year, and you'll also know a little bit about the subjects you'll be taking. So an overview of the topics you'll be learning, and finally a misconception, so a mistake I made in first year, which I don't want other people to make as well. The first subject you'll be studying in semester 1 is Psych 1001. Psych 1001 is 6 credit points. And some topics that you may be learning include history, statistics, developmental, social, and forensic. In history, you will be learning about key figures and also about how the psychology discipline started. You'll also learn a little bit of statistics, because statistics essentially underlies psychological research, and without statistics, how can you design an experiment and do it accurately and reliably and validly? You'll be learning about things like normal distributions, the replication crisis, mean, median, and mode. You'll find it easier to study this subject if you've done maths in the HSC, especially math advanced or math standard. For forensic, you learn a lot of different cases, and I think if you study legal studies in the HSC, you'll find this really interesting like I did. There are lots of legal terms that you might come across and you'll already know them. Yeah, so you go over a bunch of cases, fingerprint studies, eyewitnesses, juries, all of that stuff. In developmental psychology, you learn about the development of children. So the developmental stages, whether children are born with pre-existing ideas or whether they're born as a blank slate. So that's to do with the nature and nurture debate. I found this topic really interesting as well. And finally, social psychology, more about like human relationships. You get to learn about friendships and attraction, love, familiarity, things like that. In semester 2, you'll then start learning Psych 1002. It's also worth 6 credit points. But the knowledge from Psych 1002 is really important for this unit. And I would say a lot of the themes are similar, but just built upon in semester 2. Topics you will learn in semester 2 include neuroscience. So this is pretty self-explanatory. You'll be learning about the brain and how neurons work, the lobes in the brain, how brain activity is measured, for example, through an fMRI machine. You'll also be learning about learning. So in this topic, you'll be learning about conditioning and big figures like Pavlov and Skinner. So I would say some concepts from the history unit in semester 1 lead into this. It also branches into motivation and social learning. So how do people learn from others? Do children imitate their parents? In cognition or cognitive psychology, you delve a lot into memory. Things like short-term memory, long-term memory, explicit and implicit memory. You'll also learn about false memories. And the big one, mental health. So a lot of people study psychology because they're passionate about mental health. So you'll learn things along depressive disorders, eating disorders, anxiety disorders, and you'll also learn about classification and diagnosis of these disorders. You'll also learn about mental abilities. Mental abilities centers a lot around intelligence, and you'll learn about IQ tests, whether intelligence is heritable or not. Finally, you'll learn about perception. This was quite a popular topic in my grade at least, because the lecturer has a really different teaching style. So you'll learn about a lot of different senses. Starting with vision, you learn about illusions, how do we perceive illusions, hearing and sound. So if you studied music in high school, this could help because you basically learn simple things like frequency, pitch, and timbre. So those skills come in handy. Touch. So how do we feel pain? There are different pain senses, and also taste. And yeah, that is a summary on 1002. Of course, I haven't mentioned all the details, and check your unit of outline because things do change every year. Okay, on to the misconception of psychology at USYD. Online, you might have found a sample unit of study table which shows you all the different subjects you need to take as a first year, second year, and third year, and also honors. However, something that people don't tell you is that you shouldn't be studying math. So if we look here, it says that in year 1, semester 1, your second subject should be mathematics 1xxx, so a 1000 level unit math course. However, as a psychology student, you shouldn't be choosing math. Instead, you should be choosing data science. The thing with Math 1A is that once I went to the first ever class, they basically told me and a bunch of other psychology students that Math 1A isn't really for you. You need to be choosing data science. Data 1001 is 6 credit points. You'll be learning things like the normal model, the linear model, hypothesis testing, how to design an experiment. Overall, I thought this was actually quite an interesting unit. It might be a little challenging for those who haven't done math, but if you have done math, then you should have the basic foundation down. The reason why I really enjoyed this unit is because you do a group project, and I'm pretty sure you do at least 2 or 3 assessments with that same group. But of course, there's also individual parts, but the group component was really fun because you get to design your own experiment. Any experiment on any topic you want, and it was also a great way to make friends because you see the same people every single week and you work with the same people every single week. Now, of course, this could be a problem if you have some drama with the people in your group, but my group was so good. Everyone was contributing and we were all first years trying to find some friends. Data 1001 is not just for psychology students, so it's also a great way to meet other people from different disciplines. Okay, on to electives. So in your first year, you can choose up to 3 electives. That's a lot. You can choose whatever subjects you want to study and you can study it for fun. So I treated my electives as like a hobby. I could choose what I enjoyed doing, and it's a great way to take a break from psychology and your minor, which might be more stressful. However, how do you choose what electives to do? Because there are a lot of different types of electives. Just highlight the ones you might have some interest in and then search up the subject unit of study table on Google, and it should come up with basically different units that you can take. When choosing electives, just be careful that it doesn't have a prerequisite or any restrictions. Make sure that as a first year you can study it and that you don't need any previous knowledge. I also chose a bunch of OLEs. So an OLE is something you can take instead of an elective in your psychology degree, and an OLE usually is worth only 2 credit points, so you have to take 3 OLEs to make up that 6 credit point space. In my second year, I chose music as my electives, and these were really fun, especially if you have done music in high school and for the HSC. Even if you haven't done it, I would still really recommend it. Just as a summary of what I've gone through, the units you need to take in first year include Psych 1001, Psych 1002, Data Science 1001, 3 electives, you can mix it up with OLEs, and 2 minors. I should probably explain a little bit about what the difference is between the Bachelor of Psychology and the Bachelor of Psychology Honours is. So for your first year, it will not make a difference. Okay, so psychology and psychology honours, you'll be learning the exact same subjects. Okay, and in total for a full-time student, that would be 48 credit points. It only makes a difference for honours students in your 4th year, which is the honours year. As an honours student, you're already in the honours stream, so you just need to meet the progression requirements. And the progression requirements are basically to get over 70 in your first year and to get over 75 in second year and 3rd year for your psych units. So it doesn't include what you got for your minor or your electives, that doesn't matter, it's only for your psych units. Overall, I think my first year at the University of Sydney studying psychology was a great experience. There are lots of great lecturers that you will come across. Some are funny, some are entertaining, some are boring, some have lots of lecture slides, some over 50 lecture slides within 1 hour, so be prepared for that. I think psychology is a really fun degree because it applies to so many different areas. There's something for everyone in psychology.